Hello, and welcome. I am Webweaver, and I'm so glad you found my channel here today. This is where I do a one-card tarot reading just to give us some guidance for our day ahead. As always, these readings are for entertainment purposes only, and I am using the Dreams of Gaia tarot deck, which is different than traditional tarot, so I do have notes that I pull from to help guide my readings. All right, so I hope you all had a wonderful Saturday. It was No King's Day. If you went out to a protest, um, I have not heard of any incidents. The last number I just saw from Alt National Parks, who is trying to collect all the numbers and compile everything, they are still counting and they are at 7 million people. So, um, yeah, way to go, everybody. Pat yourselves on the back. Um, Hopefully, this is sending a message to the leadership in name only in our country who can maybe stop what is happening in this country. So, it was a successful day to be sure, and it is still ongoing for anyone who is out west. So, yeah, I'll be looking forward to those numbers. And I'm still kind of riding high off of it. It's just so great to get out there and be around like-minded people, because when you are in areas where you have people of differing opinions and you feel very isolated, it's nice to be able to get out there and um, connect with people who feel the same way you do. And I found it interesting. It's just such a diverse group, and we all have our big main reasons for being there, and we may have somewhat different perspectives on things, but we came together to just say no. We are not going to be a dictatorship. We are not going to be a fascist country. We do not support this. And while we may differ on other issues, I mean, I'm very strong for the environmental issues. Other people are more focused on immigration issues, and I support that. But I'm just saying we all have our main issues. We're able to come together and say, no, we can all agree on this. This needs to stop. So, kudos to everyone who was out there, no matter what your underlying reasons are. We all have the one same big reason. So, all right. So, this will be for Sunday, October 19th. I will say it was like 80 degrees today here, which was a fluke. Tomorrow it's supposed to rain and go back into the 60s. And then on Wednesday, we're going into the 50s. So it's going to be a little chilly. But we had a beautiful day today where we are 80 and sunny. That doesn't really happen in October. So I'll take it. I think it was the first rally we ever went to that we didn't have to take rain gear. So, all right. Sunday, October 19th. What do we need to know for the day? What's our message for the day? What do we need to know for the day? What's our message for the day? What do we need to know for the day? What's our message for the day? What do we need to know for the day? What's our message for the day? What do we need to know for the day? All right. I am going to split the deck. I do not read reversals. And we have the Three of Earth. I remember this one correctly. I'll pull the reading out, the notes out, but um, pretty sure I remember this one. Okay. I think this has to do with planting the seeds. We've planted the seeds, we need to nurture them. So it represents a time of preparation. Do the necessary groundwork. The outcome can only be equal to what you put in. It can also symbolize a time of sacrifice ahead. If you find yourself having challenging moments in the future, know that all you hope to achieve is dependent on your willingness to make a commitment now and honor that commitment in the end. What are you willing to do now in order to achieve the outcome you desire? So, this is the time to plant some seeds, which, being autumn, seems a little counterintuitive. However, we're not talking about seeds. Now is the time to lay the foundation. If there's something that you want, something you are trying to work toward, or you have an idea in your head and you're going to work toward it, now is the time to lay that foundation, to do that prep work, to plant those seeds. And anyone who has gardened or grown things knows that you don't just plant the seeds and walk away. There is work that you need to do in order to get those seeds to grow. You need to make sure the soil has nutrients. You need to make sure that things get watered. You need to make sure that they get sunlight. You need to pull any weeds. You need to try to keep the critters from eating your harvest. There's lots and lots of work that you need to do once you plant seeds. It's not all sitting back and watching grass grow, right? You have things you have to do. And that requires sacrifice, right? You have to sacrifice your time. You have to sacrifice your energy. So we are being called tomorrow to plant some seeds, to lay the foundation, put the effort in, because what you put in, you will get back. But you got to put the work in. So, yes, there may be some days ahead where you have to sacrifice in order to meet these goals, to reach these dreams, to get to where you want to be. But just know through that sacrifice, you are going to be better off in the end. You just have to stick to that commitment. So, what are you willing to do now? What are you willing to do to reach that outcome that you desire, that outcome that you want, that dream you are holding in your mind? There is one of my most favorite quotes. If you have built castles in the air, I believe this was Thoreau, Henry David Thoreau. If you have built castles in the air, your work need not be lost, for that is where they should be. Now put the foundations under them. You have those castles. We all have those castles. We just got to do the work to get to them. And this card here today is telling us that for Sunday, we need to start doing that work. What is it you want? What castle are you working toward right now? And what do you need to do to get there? All right, so I am going to leave that there. If you would like to meditate on the imagery of the card, feel free. Otherwise, I will be back tomorrow with our next reading. I hope you have a lovely Saturday and a relaxing, restful Sunday. Blessed be.